I'll miss you, Grace.
Well, Brian, if we've learned anything about doing this show, it's that sometimes life is not always great.
No.
Sometimes shit happens.
In our case, it happens all the time, apparently, in the show.
Dude. And I couldn't just not talk about it. You know, we kicked around ideas about just like, okay, well, like, how do you address this? Do we need to address it? And I guess before I address it, I just want to say that, like, people writing in and talking about this show being the escape from their reality that it is, right? And I want people to understand that doing this show is also our escape from reality.
Big time.
Which is ultimately, like, we've pushed it back. This is days and days and days later than we would normally record an episode. And thank you guys for, you know, doing that and working with me and so we can make it happen. But decide to do it, even though you guys have said, you're like, we don't have to do it. And I was like, I know, I get it. I totally do. And ultimately decided that we're still going to do it regardless of receiving the unfortunate news earlier this week that one of my little sisters, Grace, has passed away. I mean, you know, obviously torn apart. I was like, you know, just being me and joking around with my brother a little bit and being like, well, if I had to choose a favorite between watching your dad slowly fade away from brain cancer or your sister suddenly dying unexpectedly, I don't know which one I'd pick. This is great. Oh, yeah.
It actually makes you think when you saying it like that, like people that have big families.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, oh God, how many, you know, like you just start dropping off. Like, that's what makes me think, like, sometimes I wish I didn't have a family, like I was born into like a dysfunctional, like don't have family, no kids. And so I didn't have to worry about anybody.
Care about it?
Yeah, I don't care about anybody except for just eating a meal.
Yeah. And so my sister Grace, although we don't have like any 100% confirmed reports back from the toxicology tests and all that kind of stuff yet, but with what was there and struggles she's had in the past, it looks like it was an accidental overdose from prescription drugs. She just, we don't know. I mean, the city of Austin has told us plenty of things. Like, I won't get into it. And they said this is looking like something that we've been seeing all over the place. So she got the wrong things from the wrong guy at the wrong time, it looks like. And, accidentally, you know, she just fucking took too much of it or whatever she was doing. A dosage that she thought was going to be fine was not fine. And we're all, I mean, truly heartbroken and just reeling, going through waves, which anyone who's dealt with grief and loss can relate to, where it's like one moment it doesn't even feel fucking real. And then the next one, it's just completely overwhelming sadness.
And then some anger too. Like,
fucking pit. Yeah. And you know, she... You know, like she said, she had her struggles, and we've done a lot. We've tried. We've been through this, you know, over the last couple of years. And she would, you know, try to get out, and then wouldn't get out, and then eventually you're ashamed of that, and you start fucking hiding everything, even though we all fucking know. And she had a lot going on, and unfortunately, just made a mistake. Like, she was so fucking. I can't even. You guys had never met her. She didn't come up this way because we would always just go down to Austin and see him. And she was one of the funniest fucking people in the world. She was so goddamn funny and so witty and so caring and loving. She was fighting. Like, I remember so many different occasions where I hadn't seen her in a bit and she'd stop over and like my stomach hurt so much from a fucking dinner. And she'd be like, anyway, like, she'd gotta go. And then she'd leave and I would look at Max, my brother, and I'd be like, Grace is so fucking funny. Mm-hmm. And he goes, I know. Like, she's really, goddamn, just looks at the world a different way, which I did. And we had a big connection that way, sharing those thoughts with each other and like just like standing there and like seeing something happen where everyone reacted a certain way and then we'd fucking laugh and turn it into something else. So like we had that connection. So obviously very sad that that's that's gone, but I don't know. I guess circling back around, still decided to do the show, wanted to talk about it. I know like addiction and the secrecy around it. I've been through it. I've lived it. And a lot of people have. Some people right now are doing it. They're hiding their addiction, or they have a friend or they have a family member that's going through it. And I guess talking about it, you just know you just might fucking wake up one day and your sister's fucking dead. So I don't know what you do with that information. But if it helps, apply it to your life and decide to still do this show. Cause like I mentioned, it's an escape for you guys and it's an escape for us. And we're going to still have some fun. I'm sick of fucking crying. Sick of just fielding, although I appreciate it and love it, like friends and family members, like checking in nonstop because they don't know what to fucking do. No one does.
Well, so I don't even know what to do.
It's just so sad.
I keep thinking to myself, like, should I be calling him? Should I just go over there? I'm like, I don't want to do that.
If you came over, I would have just kicked the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. No kidding. Love you.
That's probably why I didn't want to come over.
You're like, I really just want to go tell him how sorry I am, give him a hug, but he will kick the shit out of me.
It's weird because I start thinking from my own perspective, like I don't, like we joked before, like I keep my birthday secret because I want people to feel like they feel obligated. So it's like same thing. Like I don't know what to do because I think I would rather be left alone. So I don't know if other people like that or if they want it.
No, a little bit of that. I mean, I appreciate it. It's not like it's not bugging me.
Yeah,
but it's just at least right now it's a nonstop reminder. Then of course your brain, you're thinking about it and you're sad for her and.
Well, and then somebody finds out days later, and then they reach out, and when you maybe you're having a good day or something, you're like, oh,
you finally were able to get some stuff done.
Yeah,
and then someone just like sucks.
Oh,
dude.
I just heard the news. Yeah. Like, fuck.
I know.
Now there goes the day.
Yeah, I mean, and we went through that with our dad. Zach, you've gone through that with your family members, and
there's really no words to.
No, help. And you feel like you're saying shit like you have something profound to say to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
That's what happens. Yeah.
Oh man, just know I'm here for you. Like, so I get it. Like the other way, you feel like you're just bugging them.
The way I look at it though is like we're friends, so I'm here for you.
Yeah, I know.
So and when bad things happen, I'm definitely gonna. You know what I mean? So it's like it goes without saying. I don't know.
I wish that was exactly what you said. You're like, we're friends, so I'm here for you. And when bad things happen, I'm not.
Yeah, I avoid you. Yeah.
I truly avoid you because I don't want to deal with it.
What's weird, I usually don't like to leave the house, but if you would have said, "Hey, man, we should go grab you," I probably would have done it.
Yeah,
not 100%. I probably
you would have thought about it.
I would have at least given it some thought.
And that's why we're friends. But anyway,
could go.
So that's it. Sorry, I know this is again like you're like fuck yeah. Last week's episode so much fun. Joe's going on a hot air balloon. Can't wait to hear about it. And then you open up 101. It's like you fucking what?
Yeah.
But we'll shift it. We're gonna turn this around. We're still gonna have fun. I'm gonna use it as a way to get away from just what's going on in my life. I just would truly appreciate it if everyone close to me would stop dying.
Mm-hmm. That would be great.
Yeah,
well, and the fact that you're here means you survived.
I survived the hot air balloon, but can I say this?
Oh God!
I know it's too soon, but God damn it, I have to now that I thought it. Yes, I made it through the hot air balloon. Right, I'm alive. But this goes to show you how dangerous hot air balloons are. That if you're even just related to someone that's been on one.
God damn.
You're not safe. You don't know. If you're in the same family tree that the hot air balloon stuck
there's a chance.
It's not worth it.
Your odds of dying go up if someone
if someone you're even related to goes in a hot air balloon, you're not safe. That's how fucking crazy these things are. Yeah. Okay, let's use that joke.
I was waiting for it.
Oh yeah, here it is.
There it is.
Let's take that joke and let's move on. Let's have some fun. Thank you to everyone who has reached out. I made a post about it. I just, it's like, I don't know. I didn't want to. It's one of those things where it's like, that's what the obituary is now. She has friends and I have friends that would never know. I don't know who to text. I don't know how to fucking tell them. So I post about it. But anyway, made a post and thank you to everyone who has reached out or already knows about this.
And going back to what you said, if this, I don't, like maybe if this, someone listening to this is like, I know someone that's struggling with stuff. And you're like, I'll reach out in a week and make sure it's like, maybe reach out now.
And maybe it won't change anything.
Yeah, but
at least you did, All right. Well, let's take that one. Let's talk about hot air balloons because I did have some fun experiences. Then we'll get into show 101. We do have some fun stuff here. I survived, but one of the funniest takeaways from my hot air balloon survival story.
You're a survivor? Oh, that should be the thing.
I got a hot air balloon and I survived.
Yeah.
And all I got was this lousy t-shirt. The torch, you guys, is louder than you could ever imagine. And the guy, the torch guy, the ballooner.
The pilot?
I'm not going to go that far.
The ballooner.
The ballooner, the guy pulling it, was doing something that we just talked about and have talked about a handful of times on the show. And that is when dentists are like working on your teeth, they ask you a question.
Oh, God.
Whether it's a yes or no.
Yeah.
And they ask you something and they just like shove more things in your mouth. So you're like, This guy was doing that, but with a fucking flamethrower. Like he would ask people questions. He'd like,
what are you guys going to do this weekend?
He's like, pretty cool, right? What an amazing view. And the second someone would be like, yeah. And he would just stare at him and nod like he could fucking hear him. And it's so hot.
Yeah,
like,
it's an open flame.
You feel like your skin's boiling. And this guy, he did it over and over again. And I was laughing so hard watching him work his way around the basket.
How big was the basket?
Big. Huge. Gigantic basket. And it had sections. It wasn't opened. I didn't know that.
What?
Again, I wanted it to be a surprise. So I didn't really look into like all of it because I wanted to be like, okay, I'm going to take this all in. The basket had like dividers. So you were put into like little pockets, so like a waffle.
So there were different people up there with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There was.
I think that'd make me feel more comfortable. You weren't so alone.
I think like 20 something.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Dude, that's massive.
Yeah, it would have been a mass suicide if we all would have went down.
That has to be bigger than most, right?
I don't know.
That's fucking huge.
It was fucking, and it put you in little pockets. So like it distributed the weight evenly, but you also got to stand with people that you wanted to be around. I thought it was just an open basket. I don't know. I feel like every hot air balloon I've seen is just an open basket.
Well, the dude that fell out of the one that was dragged on the ground, that was an open one. It was much smaller.
Yeah.
How high did you go up?
High. I don't know the exact one. I cannot explain to you how big these fucking balloons are. Like they were comically large. They're fucking gigantic.
I can't believe we're talking about this.
And I know they come in different sizes, but this one carrying this many people was so big.
It was a blimp. Let's be honest.
I was in a blimp. But the landing process was so funny. He had to prep us. But also
get a little bumpy.
But also, I'll get into the prepping thing. I was also actually impressed with he knew where he was going.
He did.
He knew exactly where he was landing, and this is something I never thought about. There's ropes inside of the balloon, and again, this all could have been solved if you just looked it up. And you can pull on it, and it shifts the balloon so that the air coming out the top can actually propel you in a certain direction.
Oh, kind of like a parachute where you can pull the things.
So you can pull these things and kind of use the balloon to steer you going left to right. But they gave us like different categories. They're like A, we're going like 0 to something miles an hour, gonna be fine. B category, this to this. C, hold on, it's a C landing. Like we're going pretty quick, and we're coming down into our landing spot. Looks like it's gonna be a C.
Oh,
and I was like, fucking of course it is. Because they all are.
Because you want that, right? Though,
take A and B off.
Yeah.
But we were like, I was like, oh my God, we were humming. Like we were going like 20 something miles an hour.
20 knots? Is it miles or is it knots?
Balloons.
Jets?
We were going 20 balloons an hour. But like we were zipping. Like I was looking at the ground and I was laughing so hard. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so good. Like I wasn't scared of getting hurt. Not to mention, like we got into town and we had friends there and we stayed up. We slept for maybe 30 fucking minutes before we got up at 3:30 to head out into the fucking desert. to get on a fucking balloon.
Dude, was it a sunrise ride?
Yeah. I don't even know how long it was. Like, just so delirious and lost track of time. And it doesn't matter.
How many other balloons were out there, you think?
Just in our little group, there was 3 or 4. And then everywhere, there was fucking balloons.
Did you ever get close to another fortune.
One? No. But a plane was flying around us. That was really cool. Like a small little crop duster was coming right by, like within probably 100 yards. Like flying around the balloon, and the guy in the balloon was waving to him. They knew each other. It's a whole community.
So, okay.
Anyway, it slowed down. He's like, "See landing, see landing." And then we got down there, and he's like, "Hold on." And he goes, "Oh, looks like it's dialing back a little bit." And then we just kind of, you know, you're landing, and you hit the people jump out of a fucking truck or chasing you down. It was exactly all the things I wanted it to be. And they're like, "Hold on tight," and they're leaping on like to hold it down to stop it from fucking dragging across the desert.
So there's a whole landing team, kind of like a aircraft carrier, and they
communicate. They know where we're going, and then they go there and then drive. And then as they were driving, people jumped out the van doors and ran and caught the fucking balloon.
So does the next flight take off from there and go somewhere else?
I think they're done.
Well, how does it get back down to the beginning?
Well, they pack it up. Yeah. So the trailer comes and they take the balloon down, and like once it gets windy, it's over. Like, you know. That's the mistake, is it where they're like, "This fine," and they get up and the wind's like, "No, it's not."
They take some grass and they're like, I don't know. A little too much.
I'm willing to risk it if you guys are.
So here's a question. 20 people with you. How much per person was it to get on that thing?
Oh, man. I don't remember off the top of my head, but expensive.
Like $100?
A little more. I think around the $250.
Okay. So $200 a head?
You're paying strictly for fucking gasoline.
$200 a head, 20 people. What is that? What's the math on that? $4 grand.
$4 grand, yeah.
$4 grand per ride,
Around
per balloon.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good money.
Yeah, they're just raking it in. Yeah. But they're also risking their life every day.
Sure, but
sure, but who isn't?
I mean, just getting in your car to head to work, you're risking it.
Might as well get in a hot air balloon. You know what I mean?
That's right. Less traffic.
But anyway, survived. View was fine. I will never do it again. But I'm glad I did.
Never, as in like that was awful, or okay, I did it. It's fine.
Fine. Cool view, cool experience. I got to take it all in, but I would jump out of an airplane. Like that'll be the next thing. I'm not. Well,
maybe jump out of an air balloon.
If I get to that point in my life, yeah. If everyone around me keeps dying, I'll get there. I'll just start jumping out of hot air balloons.
You just like fuck it. What's the worst thing that could happen
at this point, dude?
There's no one left.
Fuck this. But yeah, it was fine. I just wanted to share that. I got lots of videos and all sorts of stuff, but I don't know. It was just it was fine. I will never do it again.
It's weird that we just talked about that because I was under the impression that neither one of us would ever do it.
So was I.
I still will never do it.
Yeah.
Why won't you ever do it again?
I mean, it was really cool. Like, it was actually a really cool experience, and it was unique. But it's one of those where you don't feel like you missed something. Like, it wasn't like...
You went to the Grand Canyon, you saw the Grand Canyon, you're like, that was cool. I don't feel like I need to go there again, though.
I don't need to see this again.
Kind of like that?
Yeah.
Where you're just like I've seen it. I've seen it.
Loved it. I'll tell everyone it was super cool, and it was fine. It was great if they're going on one. But I'm not going to go back because I have to relive the hot air balloon experience. Like, airplanes go way higher.
Maybe if you're doing like a race or something, though.
No, that's even crazier. I'm not getting a fucking hot air balloon race. Are you crazy? No.
How tall was the basket? Or is it like you're leaning on your kind of like leaning on your arms?
Yeah, it was up to your like
a counter, like a counter.
Yeah, a little higher than a counter, probably like just below your armpits.
So you were able to kind of like lean on it and look over.
It was all desert, right?
Yeah, desert and mountains because Sedona's right there.
Oh, so it was pretty then.
Yeah, it was very pretty. It wasn't just like flat. There was a bunch of cool shit to look at.
Nice.
But it was there you go. Just figured there's the experience. And I'll never do it again. Should we move on to get the show going?
Yeah.
With our little starting question?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, Zach, you want to do it?
Hey, shut up. Start the show already.
All right. This was actually sent in from our son, Ethan. He says, hey,
can I cut you off real quick? If you're not watching, we have a birdhouse. Cassie's daughter, Paige, made that a long time ago, and it's been in the house this entire time, and it was like behind a pillow.
You're not going to come on it, are you? A 13-year-old stepdaughter, basically.
It's not about that. It's a hole. It's not about who made the hole.
I know, but
come on. I'm not going to sit here
make it weird
on live podcast radio audio and tell you I won't fuck that birdhouse. Nah, looking at the whole size, no way. All right, back to you. But Paige made it, and I promised her I'd say that. But here's the birdhouse.
She wanted to make sure she was credited.
She was credited,
and
she didn't know why.
Yeah,
but now if she listens, now she knows why, and she's probably like, "Why'd you even do that?"
It's a pretty good birdhouse.
I gotta say
great
this.
Birdhouse.
Your kids and Cassie's daughter, I think, are dirtier than we are.
Oh yeah, they're teenagers.
Yeah,
they're terrible.
I was sitting here just taking it in, and they were sitting around talking. I'm like, good God, I don't remember
taking notes on how to be a terrible person.
Yeah, like they know a lot.
Yeah, they know too much. Whew. Internet world, man. All right, so back to Ethan. Sorry.
All right, hey tit fuckers, he says.
Hey.
My best friend and I love to have enchanted salads and talk over wild scenarios. When you think about the entire animal kingdom, you come to realize that human bodies are fragile as fuck compared to some animals.
That was all caps.
Fuck!
Thank you.
Such as armadillo. Mm-hmm. So let's imagine for a moment that every land-dwelling animal is the same size as a person. So everything living out there is our size.
Gotcha.
My question for you guys is...
My size or Zach's size?
Meet in the middle.
That's okay. So 4'8". You get it. Okay.
My question for you is, what would be the ultimate apex predator if every animal was the same size, proportional to height and weight?
Wow.
Each animal also retains its natural abilities, such as an ant with its strength. Would a lion absolutely fuck up a bear? Would a human stand alone chance against a caterpillar? So, just some thoughts there.
God, yeah, humans are... Like, if we didn't have our brains, this is the only thing.
That's really the thing that's... Our thumbs and our brains are what separated us.
That's it.
Fire.
Yeah, that's brains. Our brains figured out how to do it. And that just changed the world. We're like, we can just build a thing to keep those out. We'll build a wall. And the other animals were like, we have to find a wall. That's really what really put us ahead.
Earlier, Zach said, he's like, I think cat. And then I got thinking, well, there are tigers and lions and stuff.
And they fuck people up.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine like an elephant. Either we have to decide what the size is. Like,
is it the human size? Let's just say 6 foot. 6 foot.
Right.
6 foot.
Right. So imagine an elephant shrinking down to our size. It's not so badass anymore.
No, but it's cute.
It's adorable, but it's not.
I would ride that at a fair.
Sure, but you don't. I mean, that's not going to kill anybody.
You're like, yeah, who wouldn't?
Yeah, who wouldn't ride it?
Why'd you even say that? Fucking wasting my time with your elephant rides. What is okay, let's think about something. Let's go small, like ant or wasp.
How about a jellyfish? Those things are badass.
Just blobbing around?
Yeah, fuck you up.
If you count the tentacles, aren't they bigger than humans anyway already?
That could be. Yeah, probably right.
You got to get them out of the water, though.
But its body would be.
They're not going to stand a chance against us out of the water.
Fair.
Get up, fucking pussy.
I like
just
the idea.
Kicking a jellyfish.
Dude, you threw out like a hornet? Mm-hmm. Like a Japanese hornet?
Yeah. I mean, all the fucking snake? Oh, fuck you. Like, because I'm guessing it gets to keep it, they said height, weight, like proportions. It's just as big.
Like an anaconda that's even bigger.
What the fuck is that? Is this Tremors?
Okay,
where's Kevin Bacon?
Dude, I don't think people realize how badass praying mantises are.
Oh, yeah.
Praying mantis will fuck shit up. Mm-hmm. And so a praying mantis, dude, that's terrifying. I just like envision myself looking over and there being one human size standing right there.
And just fucking, staring.
Yeah.
With this fucking
triangle head and his eyes.
And he's like,
or a fly.
Yeah, just licking his and staring back at you. You're like, fast. Fuck. Yeah, bugs getting big. I mean, tarantulas. Like, scorpions.
So my kids they bring these books home from library. They're called Who Would Win, and it's animal kingdom type stuff.
Strictly political.
And yes, obviously. So they're doing like caterpillars versus praying mantis, that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. But they're the normal size. So, and this is fresh because we do this basically every night. But now I'm thinking like, okay, a caterpillar. Like, think about a caterpillar, but the size of a 6 foot human. Mm-hmm. How terrifying that! Just see that crawling into the. Just imagine, look at that door and that fucker crawling in here.
Yeah, but you keep pointing down. Just point across. The caterpillar's coming. Oh my god! Fuck caterpillars. Centipede.
Oh, that's what I meant. Not sorry, I meant centipede, not caterpillar.
Now I'm in.
Yeah.
Like one of those fuzzy ones. I'd be like, I just trying to punch a caterpillar. And it's like, dude, I'm just trying to turn into a butterfly.
It's like, dude, you realize I. Oh yeah, right.
You're literally just in my way. Yeah. I don't want to fight you. I want to eat all these leaves, and I'm gonna fucking fly out of here.
They're the original trans.
Yeah.
Or like a
getting right out
like
of there.
A polywog transitions into a frog, and then you got the caterpillar into a beautiful
a beautiful drunk butterfly.
Yeah.
God, butterflies are kind of scary. I never thought about that.
Imagine you'd be able to hear the wings of a butterfly going woo.
I know. Woo. Brings me back to our bee. Remember we were talking about the bee being fucking huge.
The sound.
You're trying to sleep and just like a foghorn down the street.
Or like basically turn on a lawn, like sleeping with a lawnmower running in the room.
Staring at you. So bugs being big things getting small.
Imagine, I mean, we talked about this. Like, is there anything cuter than a pocket-sized giraffe?
Nothing.
But now
licking your face, because his little head can go up to the top of your bed.
Yeah, that's adorable. And giraffes won't. I mean, they'll swing their necks around, but they're not going to do much damage.
No, it's just one of those things. Like, quit swinging your neck around, Bruce.
Yeah,
or whatever you want to name your giraffe. But I'm gonna name mine Bruce.
Bruce the giraffe.
Mm-hmm.
This week we saw a tiny chicken like the size of a coffee mug.
Oh, but fully grown?
Fully grown rooster.
What?
Yeah, and they're bred for living in the house with diapers. I was just like,
no way.
Yeah.
And eggs the size of peas.
Are they called teacup? Like
actually,
dogs?
Teacup chicken?
100%, or like minis, just like dogs, yeah. Fucking cool looking things.
What a world.
But imagine a giant chicken. That would be a dinosaur.
Oh, that's scary.
A dinosaur.
Dinosaur egg.
Well, I mean,
dinosaur DMA.
Yeah, that's okay. So like picture like a brachiosaurus or a supersaurus,
just shrunk it.
They're herbivores, but still, okay. Well, I'm trying to visualize. So like an armadillo, like an armadillo this size, but then like an ankylosaurus, like the dinosaur ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus probably wins because it's got that fucking spike and club at the end of its tail. But an armadillo could probably take a beating.
Yeah, I think we have to factor in the armored species.
Mm-hmm. Like imagine a roly-poly.
Oh, fuck.
A full-size.
But it's still just a pussy?
Yeah, but it could just roll up and...
Yeah, roll up and then just turn into a fucking huge beach ball.
It's like the BattleBots thing.
Right.
Where you just sit there and wait it out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, no, I'm just going to wait for all your gears to break. I'm a ball.
It's like your venom's gone. Too bad.
Too bad. I'm a metal ball.
Dude, shit with venom. Like a black widow spider the size of a human.
Fucking rattlesnake.
Oh,
how loud that rattle would be.
Your scorpion would be pretty bad.
Yeah,
Scorpion coming at you from all angles.
Would be fucking terrifying.
Scorpions are one of the most terrifying looking things in the entire world. They have so many weapons.
Oh, yeah.
You can come at it straight here, but then they got this huge fucking stinger
right over the top.
It can come over the top when you least expect it. You remember Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Do I?
When he fucks that ant up, auntie.
That was so fucking sad.
That's really sad. We almost watched that the other day, and I was like, I can't watch the ant die.
It's just like a dog dying. It's like, nope, I'm out.
Yeah.
It would actually be really hard to kill because going back to it doesn't have to necessarily fight. Well, they'd say apex predator. So I guess if it has to be a predator, we can't pick this. I'm just thinking of a giant unopened clam. And it's just like, no.
You're trying to get in there and steal its pearl?
And it's just like, no. It's just so big and just like, clam.
Oh, dude, imagine a slug.
Oh, God.
Just this mammoth, slimy slug.
Big
it would be like
slug.
it'd be like Jabba the Hutt.
the trail it would leave?
Yeah.
That's the only fucking way it would beat you if it fucking made you slip and break your own neck.
You just fall.
Outside of that, you just punch its eyes and throw salt at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But apex predator, so something that really wants to fuck you up.
I mean, it'd have to be a lot. If it's
ant, but fuck, dude. I don't know if a lion could.
What about
a polar bear? Is like probably the.
But they're
toughest.
Already our biggest, right? They're the same size as us.
If they were they're way bigger than us. But even if you brought them
Height-wise?
down, they're so violent. Yeah, if they stand up,
stand on,
they're like
standing
9
up,
feet tall. Yeah,
I was thinking more just walking on all fours if they were 6 feet tall.
They still fuck things up.
Oh, they don't
brutally.
fucking care.
Yeah.
But could it take down a fucking big ass ant?
That's a good question.
The ants have the strength for sure, but the agility. Oh, they're agile.
And
they're really quick.
and the bites. Like if an ant could really fucking bite, like not just be like, ow, like fucking pierce your skin and rip your head off.
Do you have to fight one, or is it all of a sudden like now it's a whole colony of?
Oh, well, that changes everything. The world's over. That's the apocalypse.
Imagine an ant pile that you see like in your driveway, when they dig out and you drop a crumb and there's just thousands of them. Mm-hmm. And now imagine human size. How fucked up that would be.
Just hanging out at the Hostess factory.
Just a whole neighborhood of stacked fucking human-sized ants. I don't know. I think I have to go with, and I don't even know which one I'm going to pick, but we're just going to move on. Of a predatorial insect being huge, I think has a advantage over anything the same size or bigger being shrunken down to the same size. Because we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Like they're made to survive at that level, and you fucking grow them all up. That's going to be fucking terrifying.
You can like throw them off buildings and they're like, I'm fine.
Yeah, just spread their legs out and fucking be like, ee.
Yeah.
I love the idea of the scorpion just because that would be such a terrifying sight.
Yeah.
To come around a corner and have a human-sized scorpion staring back at you.
You're like,
that is fucking terrifying.
There'd be a whole bunch of dudes riding those fuckers everywhere. Like horses. Yeah.
Like little horsies.
Oh, if you could put a little saddle on that and train it and
to not stab your neck while you're riding it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But at any moment, it's just like, you know what? Fuck you.
What's a higher risk, getting stabbed while riding a human-sized scorpion or getting in a hot air balloon? Hot air balloon.
I'm going with hot air.
Yeah, I think so.
That shit.
Yeah, I'm there. So Scorpion, and Ethan, when he wrote in, he said Scorpion. That's smart.
Yeah,
Scorpion. I think that's fine. Giant snake is scary. A boa that can just blow you up when it squeezes you. That's pretty fucked.
We haven't even mentioned really. I mean, he mentioned jellyfish, but like I'm picturing like a great white shark or a bull shark, as big as they are, but now shrink them down to human size and then bring up a piranha to a human size. What's more vicious, a piranha our size or like a white shark?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'd rather fight a fucking white shark than a piranha.
Take my chances. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. All right, well, that was fun, Ethan. Appreciate it. I'm glad you shared your enchanted salads with us.
I love that. It's a great, this is how my
wheelhouse.
Before we bed every night, my kids and I talk about this kind of shit.
So like, all right, remember,
I'm going to bring this up
if you're good
tonight.
We'll talk about
at bedtime tonight. I think I'm going to bring this up.
Report back next week. Mm-hmm. All right, let's move off to what are you thinking about?
Okay.
Hey, what's up, babe?
What are you thinking about?
Nothing. Actually, you know what? I'm thinking about a lot of shit.
What are you thinking about?
Okay.
What are you thinking about, Joe?
So, it's just dipping back into the sadness, but just a little bit. And it's because it was fucking funny, and he has no idea how funny it was. And this just happened about 2 hours before recording today. And it just got me thinking about applying this same concept into different scenarios that aren't between Ezra and I. So, Ezra, obviously, like, trying to get better with his emotions and expressing them and, like, doesn't know what to say. Kids, in general, don't know what to say when something, like, watching your dad, like, they lose their aunt, your dad lost his sister, and they don't really know how to process it, no matter what. It's not just because they don't have the experience to do it. But for Ezra, a little even more challenging. So I was standing in the kitchen, and I was just looking out the window, kind of just whatever. It's pretty early this morning, and I'm just drinking water and looking out there. And Ezra walks by, and he slaps my ass. I'm wearing gym shorts. So I'm drinking water, and I'm just staring out the window, kind of just being sad. I'm thinking about my day and getting ready for it. And he walks by and just slaps my ass. And it's, again, just gym shorts, no underwear or anything. So slap. Mm-hmm. He slaps my ass and he goes, "Sorry about your sister."
Attaboy.
And I didn't laugh because there's no point in doing that. I turned around and said, "Oh, thanks, man. It's okay. It's just going to be rough for a while." And he goes, "Yep." And then just walks off and just goes in the living room. I think he said, I know. And then just walked off and just left me standing with a slapped ass in the kitchen.
Just a red handprint on your
Just fucking just whack. Sorry about your sister. Oh, that's okay, man. Thank you so much. And he goes, it's going to be hard for a while. And he goes, I know. And he just walks away. And I was like, he doesn't know how funny that was.
No.
And it's not funny, but goddamn, he tried. I know that. I'm his dad.
Yeah.
And I appreciated it. But then I started thinking about that in other situations, like the wrong gesture or whatever at the wrong time.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like a fucking high five at a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone's just, oh, thank you. No, he was a great man, blah, blah. And you walk up and you just put your hand up to like someone's fucking mom.
And just holding it there,
you just
waiting.
hold it there, and she puts her hand up and you fucking slap, like, give a high five, and you're like, sucks, your husband's dead. And she's like, hey, thanks. And you're like, you got it. And then just walk through the field, like out of the cemetery and get in your car.
Or no, walk over to it's at the after thing, and you walk over to like the sandwich platter.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry about your husband. You walk over there and be like, anybody have are there Doritos?
Oh my God. Walk over. You're at like whatever it's called, the wake or whatever it is afterwards.
Wake. Yeah.
And everyone's, they're just doing it and they're eating stuff. And you walk over and you're like, oh, hey, sorry to hear the news. And like, it's your friend. Say it's me and you and I don't know, our cousin died. And I'm like, yeah. And I give you a handshake and I pull you in. And they give you a little thing, and then I can start counting. I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. 5, 6.
Oh my God!
And so you're so confused that and I'm fucking thumb wrestling you.
And then you pin him.
And then I pin you, and I'm like, ooh, gotcha. Sorry, your cousin's dead. And then I fucking walk out of the house. How confusing that would be. Like it has to be the right
That's
time.
2 losses in 1 week.
It has to be the right time for a thumb war.
Yeah.
It has to be the right time for an ass slap.
When was the last time you even did a thumb war?
Oh, not too long ago.
Like those don't come up often.
No.
But definitely it's a weird place at a wake.
Yeah.
Because it just
anywhere. Any sort of sadness. Like just injecting a thumb war into it. Like you're getting pulled over, like police officers, like put your hands behind my back, but I will if you fucking women.
Yeah, first just do this real quick. Let me make you a deal.
The
if
only
you can
reason
beat me in a thumb war,
I'll take your breathalyzer. He's like, what?
Just warn you, I'm pretty good though.
Put it out. Your thumb is like abnormally huge. And he's like, fuck.
You agreed to this.
You agreed to this. He's like, fine. You're like 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there.
On the side of the road,
yes.
The lights on and dark.
And you beat him. He's like, oh, damn it.
Gets in his car and drives off.
It's another one.
And then you drive off and kill someone.
You drive off hammered. And you're like, I'm so good at them worse. But yeah, a badly timed, like just doesn't make any sense for an ass slap. I don't know why that was just so funny to me. And there's so many situations. I can't think of all of them right now.
Honestly, I think you and I, like you said about your sister, my sister and I are the same way. We'll sit at a family gathering and we'll just be kind of like, eating a sandwich, eating chips or whatever. And then I'll see something and I'll look over my sister. She goes, you saw that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I saw it. But it was something so subtle that it was like it was the way that someone like walked off and kicked their leg or something. It's like some little thing. Mm-hmm. So I always think of situations where you're at some sort of a gathering and just like people, they don't know how to act and everyone's trying to act a certain way. But no one's acting how no one's doing their normal thing, right? You become a different person to like, sorry or whatever, like you don't know what to do.
I know.
And there's an etiquette, but so you're trying to fit the etiquette standard, but deep down you're like, this isn't who I am. I don't know what to do. What do I do with my hands? I'm used to doing thumb wars. But I can't do that.
That's all I've ever been good at.
Like I can't do it right now. Like how am I going to tell them sorry your husband died
after I kicked their ass in the thumb war?
Yeah, like how am I going to do that?
Hey, so my finger.
So the entire time I'm like fighting the urge to do a thumb war.
Yeah. Okay. This is I don't know. Maybe the last one we can move on. But think about if Ezra walked up to me and he puts his finger out and I just look down at him and he goes, pull my finger. And I pull his finger and he goes, sorry about your sister. Mm-hmm. And then walks off. Funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
It is funny.
But it's someone like you could appreciate. It's like, it's a little cheer up thing.
Pull my finger. Yeah.
But what about this where you walk up and you look down, you You do the little.
He's like, "What's this on your shirt?" And I look down, and he flicks your nose, and he goes, "Sorry about your sister," and then walks off after fucking hit you in the face.
Sorry about your sister.
Sorry about your sister.
Pussy. Stop crying.
Stop crying, baby. Oh my god, what's on
your shirt? Oh, my tears.
Oh my god, you got tears on your shirt, and you look down and fucking flicks your face. Like, cheer up. Sorry about your sister. And just walks off.
Dweeb and walks off.
Fucking nerd, grow up. All right, let's move on to some dick.
Okay.
Let's get rolling.
Okay.
You got it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Is it dumb? Is it interesting? Is it cool? Then it's dick.
I saw this story and thought it was so fucking funny.
You sent it to me while trying to cheer me up.
Yeah. I sent you a few of them.
It made me cry.
I kind of just sent you some things just here and there. Instead of like saying, hey, checking in on you.
Hey, I hope you're doing well. You're just like, check this shit out.
I was sending you links of like just funny stories. I don't look at this picture. Can you pull this picture up, Zach?
Jesus.
Yikes.
Those are not panda bears. Zach.
Oh yeah, what? Shocked. Almost got me.
A zoo in China has come under fire after the authorities painted 2 dogs black and white to resemble pandas. At the Taizu Zoo in Jingzhou province, visitors were shocked to discover that the animals they saw in panda enclosure were chow chow dogs.
One of the most popular dogs over there.
I mean, better than a lab, I guess.
I was just going to say, it's like, is that a lab? I think that's a lab.
It's like a German Shepherd.
Panda lab.
The fake pandas unveiled on May 1st had their manes trimmed before they were dyed to resemble little pandas. They put the painted dogs on display between 8 and 5 p.m. Regularly, and visitors flocked to see them. When tourists realized they were looking at chow chow dogs, there was a widespread outrage with activists criticizing zoo authorities for animal cruelty and deception. Wait, is
the cruelty the painting of them?
I'm gonna have a hard time with that.
I don't know about cruelty, but being a liar is fuck you.
Yeah, the cruelty part is what I have a problem with.
Let's see this. Look at this.
Ew. Not for one second would you think that was
so
a
obviously not a panda.
Also, why are you so mad?
I know shit. You got to look at these cute little things.
That's probably cuter than a panda. I mean, that is
more
adorable. Yeah, they're not just laying.
Just like, I don't know, bamboo eat.
Now, the zoo has defended its decision to place painted dogs instead of pandas.
Mm-hmm.
It won't eat this bamboo, but it sure does love sausages.
But it will sit on your lap.
It's rolling over. God. The fucking bear rolls over. That's nice.
Rub his belly. Responding to the backlash, a spokesperson for the zoo compared the act to people dyeing their hair, stating that natural dye can be used on dogs with long fur. Yeah, but you usually don't say that it's something else.
Yeah.
There are no panda bears at the zoo, and we wanted to do this as a result. People also dye their hair. Natural dye can be used on dogs if they have long fur, he said. Mm-hmm. I love this guy trying to defend it. Mm-hmm. This was not the first instance of the animal being passed off as another at a Chinese zoo. A similar incident occurred last year at Hangzhou Zoo, where visitors said the human was made to wear a costume of a bear. I think I remember that. I think we may have
maybe talked about it.
We may have talked about that.
Like, I guess.
If you didn't have anything and you're trying to fool kids, you know what I mean?
But also, if you had a billboard, you had an ad campaign about like you having pandas, and that was the reason that you went to the zoo, mm-hmm. I could see being like, fuck.
Sure,
right. But if you're like, we don't have any, and they did this to be kind of funny, like just fucking look at it and be like, oh my god, these fucking dogs look like pandas, and then walk off.
What difference would it make whether you saw a panda or the dog? Like, do you leave there thinking like, wow, now I can check that off my bucket list. I saw a panda.
And I guess that's what I was originally opening with was like when I'm going to a zoo, I'm just going to a zoo to like, I'm just walking around. It's a day, have fun with the kids, and you see some fun animals.
Look at animals.
And you see some stuff, and you talk about it with them, and you have a good day. I have never like searched out a particular zoo because they had a particular animal. The zoo just happened to be nearby. Mm-hmm. So that's my experience with zoos. But if you are a person that's like, I need to go see these fucking pandas.
So if you went to SeaWorld and they were out of dolphins, you'd be like, that's fine.
Well, I guess.
Come on, buddy.
But
Come
sometimes, I mean, you
Well,
even
what
go
if
to
they
a zoo.
painted a dolphin like an orca?
Well, I probably wouldn't even know. Like, that's a fucking tiny
Well, they
orca.
probably say that's blackface and that it
Get in
was
trouble.
racist.
But I just wouldn't care. Like, exhibits are closed all the time. You go there like, oh my God, let's go check out. And this actually happened the last zoo I went to over in Seattle. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. All the signs had penguins. Like, let's go check out the penguins. We got over there, it was fucking closed. And I didn't be like, 1 star. Fucking didn't fucking tell me the penguins were closed.
Could you imagine going
It
to
was
a
just
zoo
closed.
to
And
see?
I walked off to the next thing.
Imagine like buying your ticket to a zoo and then walking through the whole zoo just to the panda enclosure, just to see the pandas.
No.
Like that's the people that should be upset. If that was their, they spent $100 to get into the zoo to walk back and see a panda that wasn't a panda.
They can
Like
get
all
their-
the other shit is there.
And if it was that big of a deal, give the money back. I get what they were doing. Animal cruelty, no way.
I mean, a zoo in general, maybe.
Oh, a zoo in general, yes.
Yeah.
The dye on the dog
Not
is
so
not
much, yeah.
animal
Yeah,
cruelty.
stop paying
Right.
money to go to a zoo.
Right, because the whole thing is a fucking disaster if you really think about it.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh my God, this is animal cruelty, then you walk over to watch a chimpanzee in a glass booth. Like-
Or a woman riding an orca.
Yeah. And the orca's trapped inside of a fucking dark pool of water.
His dorsal fins flipped over because there's not enough water to keep it upright.
He's like, he needs friends, and you're like, you died the dog,
Yeah.
but you were able to put the blinders on for all the other parts of the zoo.
That's usually what people do, though, right? They
I
put
know,
the
but-
blinders on.
but they shouldn't.
This reminds me of that fucking Willy Wonka thing, where that
Oh.
expectation versus reality type of thing.
Yeah.
Where you're like, oh, we got to go see these pandas. And
God,
then,
that was funny. Such a funny fucking situation for that guy. Sorry, it all fell apart. And that one guy and the other dude that had nothing to do with anything was scaring children with a mirror, wearing a mask. And he had nothing to do with the entire movie or book. He just had a mask and a mirror, and he's like, oh, God.
dude, we don't have any.
don't have anything.
We got to start scaring
You
people.
think
We
you
don't-
can scare kids after we give them their 1 cup of lemonade? All right, let's move on to our next story. And this one is
This is one of my favorites of all
and,
time.
and it's going around. It's super viral right now. But God damn it, dude.
It's so good.
So and there's
bad.
different articles. I tried to find an article that maybe you haven't heard about. You probably are like, oh, you caught a headline. But let me tell you a little bit more about this. So OnlyFans model who flashed Dublin from New York live portal explains why she did it.
Weird.
Have you seen this one?
Okay.
Okay. Well, so here's the setup. So while there have been plenty of wholesome transatlantic interactions thanks to the live stream portal set up between Dublin and New York, some people have rather spoiled things. The installation, which provides a two-way live stream between the two cities, was temporarily closed recently after, quote, inappropriate behavior. That's after people ended up flashing each other through the portal and showing pictures of the 9/11 tourist attack.
I did see that. A guy held up a video of the smoking buildings.
Have you met people?
I was gonna say, what do you expect as far as
course
the
they're
titties and
gonna
the,
do
and the
this.
wieners? Of
Also,
course.
this is the experience. Like, what the fuck do you think is going to happen? So the live stream portal between Dublin and New York has been a bit of a controversy. It shouldn't be. The Portland and Dublin is on the corner of North Earl Street and O'Connell Street. Oh, yeah, that's right. While in New York, it's located between Broadway and Fifth Avenue on 23rd Street. Social media has shown several instances where people have exposed themselves to the other side, displaying swear words and shown pictures of terrorist attacks. Why do you have to say the same thing twice, article?
Every time.
In
And a
Ireland,
swear word? Well, how old are we? Swear word?
oh my God, tit! In Ireland, one woman was escorted away by police for grinding against the portal. And it's not exactly the picture of the united world. The Lithuanian artist Gina
Benedictus?
Guile has been hoping for when he came up with the idea. That should be exactly what you expected.
Yeah.
That's on him.
He said that portals is meant to allow people to meet outside of their social circles and cultures. And while lots of people have indeed been doing that, some others have been sharing rather more of themselves than is decent. So anyway, one of those was the New York side. It was a OnlyFans model, lifted up her top, flashed the portal back on Sunday, claiming that her stunt forced organizers to shut down the place and tighten up security. She later went on to explain why she decided to flash the portal, and while one might be assuming that the reason would be the attention and publicity such a stunt would bring, she said, "I thought the people in Dublin deserved to see 2 New York homegrown potatoes."
Yeah.
It's also weird that she claims to be the one that shut it down. Okay, so this portal in Dublin, it's the portal is going to move around, but it's my understanding that the one in Dublin is going to remain because he's from there, and it's going to go to different cities around the world so that you can stand in front of it and interact with people.
And it's going to Vegas next.
Oh God! But like,
dude, someone's going to kill they're going to slit somebody's throat right on it.
I don't know. There's better ways to do it. Better ways to do that. You have to go through the effort of dragging someone all the way to the portal.
No, you don't drag. No, you do it. You're like, hey, let's go check this thing out, and they don't know
stab
it.
them in the neck.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, have fun in jail.
I do. That's such a cool concept, though. The way that instead of being on like a big screen, like a square or rectangle screen or something, making it look like a portal, it's a cool fucking idea.
Yeah, but it's also fine in this setting too. Like if the OnlyFans model was flashing her tits and there's a family on the other side. Okay, that it's like that's also on her. That's a problem. But if there's just a bunch of grown-ups on the other side and then someone on the other side fucking flashes their titties, do you think anybody cared? No, it's fucking funny. That is like programmed into humans.
Yeah.
Of like something happens and you're on the screen, you're like, and you like rub your dick or squeeze your boobs or like show your butt. Like kids even do that having no idea. Like they get like goofing around and they shake their butt into the camera. It's like it's just programmed into us because it's these parts that are funny. Yeah, these private parts. It's like doing something like that.
You shouldn't see. No one should see these things.
So it's gonna happen, but you can't let some shit like that shut it down. Like you're experiencing the exact thing, and what you're experiencing is everybody's fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. Everybody's got boobs and tits and a dick, and they're gonna show it to people. Because that's the world we are. So to be like, that is not the experience I want. It's like, this is exactly what.
We didn't see this coming.
Just because we're showing each other that we're the same in a way that you don't think is appropriate doesn't mean we're literally showing that we're all the same.
Oh, yeah.
Which side said no? Said that was inappropriate? Was it both sides? Or like, or was it in Dublin or was it in New York?
It was probably here.
It seems like we're a little more censored than Dublin.
Yeah, maybe.
We're such prudes here.
But someone just grinding on it. God, that's so funny. You fucking like it?
Yeah, you like that. Hey, why don't you go come on the
Dublin portal?
Like, hey, where do you want it? She's like, oh, you should go come on the portal.
You should head down to fucking Broadway and 24th and come on Dublin.
Of course, the one in Dublin is on O'Connell Street. Could be something more Irish than that.
But it's...
I love the idea. I
love it. And it's funny because I read this and I had this idea, and this was a really long time ago, but it wasn't like in a video form. Because this was probably, man, if I had to guess, I'd say 15, 20 years ago. Because I was thinking how funny it would be to have a speaker at a park, right? And you could pick it up, kind of like recording a voice message or whatever, and you'd have these in different parts of the world. And obviously, the reason I was like, it's terrible, is exactly what happened. Because you don't know who's picking up the phone, and you don't know what they're about to hear. And you can't control that in public, right? But how funny it would be where you could pick it up and it would like, you'd like leave a message for fucking Rome, press 3, and you push it, and it's like beep, and you're like, what's going on? And then hang up, then someone, and the phone's like beep, beep.
Someone
beep,
picks it up.
And then someone picks it up, it's like, what's going on? And then that's it. And they just it just connects the world with an audio thing. You can just send messages or like say a message. You can have like a positive message and pick it up. Hey, keep going. And you have those, and you have other people be like, I'm gonna fucking fuck it. Do you have a birdhouse I can fuck? And you send it to fucking Italy. And you're just like, but I thought about charging money, and then you take the money and you donate it. So you can raise a ton of money for different organizations because you pay 25 cents to send a fucking message to Italy.
What's the first thing you do, like when you went like the Macintoshes, the old man, when you were figured out you could type something in and it would repeat it in a robot voice?
Oh,
what was the first thing you did?
Naughty words.
Yeah,
and haha.
Yeah, of course.
It's just so funny to read it. Or having it's like, check this out.
Like that. Anybody that didn't think that something like this was going to happen is just
penis,
naive.
Oh yeah.
You know, like we're all, and especially now with social media, so many, they're just exhibitionists where you'll do anything to have a video go viral. Like, if you didn't think that was going to happen, you were
blind.
Yeah. It's like, of course that was going to happen.
I think exactly what should be happening is happening. Don't fucking shut it down. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let it roll. This is the human experience. We're trying to hide everything.
And now that we know that, the people that go to check out that portal should know that something weird could happen. So,
just like getting on the internet.
Yeah.
Shit gets weird in there.
Maybe don't, if you're going to take your kids, maybe look at it, see things. Now look at it.
There's other kids. Yeah.
Use discretion.
Yeah, you show up and you wave or like show a picture you made, and there's plenty of that. But there's going to be a fucking dick or two or some titties.
Yeah, and that's fine.
That's fine. To fucking grow up, nerd. Slap your ass.
Don't pretend like you're not looking at that shit on the internet. You know what I mean? You're looking at it too, you freak.
Surprised they let them put it in the first place in this climate.
Agreed.
All right, let's move on.
That's why other countries are so much cooler than us.
I know.
When it comes to sex. We're such prudes here.
I know. We try to hide everything. Shame! All right, let's take a look at petty beef.
Okay.
Zach.
Silence in the court! You are now entering the petty beef courtroom, where all sides of some bullshit will be heard and evaluated. The people are real. The cases are real. The rulings are final-ish. This is Petty Beef.
All right.
Hello.
Our petty beef this week was sent in by one of our chitlins. It goes by, was it Tefferg?
I don't know. Tafferg?
Sorry if we butchered that.
Yeah, there was no name attached to it. We're just going off whatever was sent in the email.
No, this is what they write.
Okay.
My daughter's the first grandchild of my wife's side of the family. She's been spoiled a lot and very loved and taken care of, especially by grandma and grandpa. I love how I spell it. Took out the D for grand, so it's grandpa. My in-laws doing lots of stuff with her ever since she was born. Now my daughter is 8, and they keep offering to take her places with them, such as camping trips or out to the store, since we currently live in their basement while I'm trying to get a degree. Here's the wrinkle. My grandparents. Get it?
I get it.
They're old and wrinkly.
Fuck yeah, dude. That was sick.
Yeah! Here's the wrinkle. They never offer to do these same things with our 3-year-old son. They will watch him at home taking places if mom comes with, but they never offer to take him places just them and him. Or anything like they did when my daughter was his age. My wife and I had to make the rule of, no, you can't take my daughter somewhere unless you take our son too. Or do something similar with just him. But my in-laws are always upset when we bring this up and when they do offer to do something nice with our daughter. Despite them knowing how we feel about this, usually making an excuse of, he's just so much harder to handle and watch. Please let us know if we're in the wrong side of this petty beef.
That's a fucking tough one. Because your son might be a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, maybe he's a little dick.
Your grandparents are basically like, we don't like him very much.
Yeah, no, we'll just take we have the energy for the one that listens. We're too old for this shit.
It could be as simple as this. Maybe it's not. But the first child always gets so much love. It's the first, when you're, oh my God, my daughter's pregnant, my son, they're going to have a baby. Everyone's so excited, this first baby. It's just like the classic joke, like, that's how first child is when it's born. It gets all the love, gets everything. And then the second one, little less, because, if you have 3 or 4, then by the last one.
But if you're the middle child, like me, the third one gets babied again.
Right.
And you're left in the middle.
Yeah.
Like, nothing!
But I mean,
Marsha.
That's standard middle child shit, right?
Yeah! It is! And look how I turned out!
I mean, I think as a parent, we even kind of do that with our own kids in a different way. Like like my son parent, I think we have things we're getting closer into now, but my oldest, we had things that we connected to right away.
Yeah. You invest it all in. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's natural, to do that. Now, if you're a grandparent, and maybe what Joe said is maybe son's a dick, and they was like, we just can't
or that
handle this.
That early age too, like so factoring in the firstborn, they get all the love, and then now that firstborn's reaching like an age where it's fun for a bit.
And it can rationalize.
Yeah, it's fun. Like they have their shit together. You can talk to them. They're starting to get their personalities. And then a 3-year-old's a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah,
every 3-year-old sucks. Like I don't care who it is. They're fucking terrible people.
Yeah,
they're awful. Like terrible 2 is what are you talking about? Fuck 3.
How did that come? 3s are way worse.
2 sucks, but 3 is
not as terrible as 3.
Fucking nightmare. Just little shits.
Because they're becoming
sucks.
self-aware.
Oh yeah, they know that they can control your entire existence.
Yeah,
with anything.
At 2 years old, apparently kids just copy and they play independently, and then at 3 is when they, like you just said, they become completely aware that they're themselves.
Of the power they have.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's like a woman who's got a nice set of tits. You know what I mean? They're aware. They're aware of the power they have.
They're like, no, you will do the dishes. I will do 2 dishes.
I have the vagina.
I will do them tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah.
1 for each of your tits. Because I love
the power.
But no, 3 is fucking terrible. And your kid might suck, and your parents might, and your in-laws might be tired, and they're trying to do something. They're trying to help. But I will say this: you have 2 kids.
Mm-hmm.
I have 2 children. It's a fucking vacation when you only have to take 1 to the store. Like it is, you feel like you're like, oh my God, I can finally breathe. And like while you're doing that, like one kid's still throwing fucking pizza bagels down the aisle, but at least the other one's not fucking stealing a toaster. Yeah. Like or it is not picking the pizza bagels up and putting them in a toaster.
Uh-huh.
Like you are on a mini vacation when you only have 1 little shit with you.
Yeah.
So in a way, no matter if they're not taking your son out, they're also only leaving you with 1 kid, which is pretty cool. And I don't think that your son's not going to remember and be like 20 years from now, all of his trauma is not going to come from his grandparents not taking him.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're still with him. Like you don't have to be completely kid free.
I think they're
get a little vacation.
It's almost like they're taking the kids aren't.
The kids, they won't know. They won't care.
Yeah, the parents are the ones that are taking offense, thinking, "Well, you're choosing favorites or whatever."
Yeah.
So, I mean, I also get that. But
and 1 kid is also more fun to probably take somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's easier, and they have that. Maybe they don't have that connection with the son, so they don't have that eagerness to take them. But it's like we have our.
I think it's just too
dog.
much. Exactly. Yeah. It just becomes too much for them. And so they're like, well, at least we're doing something. Like, at least we're involved in some way. But the rule of saying, unless you go take him to do something similar by himself, or you take both of them right now, makes it feel like they feel that the kid he knows that he doesn't fucking know.
Mm-hmm.
He has no idea. So if you're by yourself with him, then your daughter gets taken, then you go do something really fun with your son.
I'm trying to read this back. Is she, or whoever this is, if it's a he or her?
I don't know.
Is it
says
just
my wife and I have to make a rule. So I think,
okay.
but I don't know.
So, are they, fuck, what was I going to say? Is it the in-law fuck.
It's his in-laws, so it must be his wife's parents.
Okay, what I'm guessing. Trying to spit out here is like maybe the person is annoyed with their in-laws anyway. Is that factoring into it, or both him and her both thinking they both agree?
Well, they made that. I think they had to make that rule together. So
even maybe the son or whoever's parents it is, maybe that person needs to say, "Hey, man, what's going on?"
Well, they have. And they say like, oh no, well, we're just offering to do something with our daughter. Like, well, like we're just trying to like do anything. So they were like, well, you have to take both of them. I think you have to count your blessings and realize if you get left for a little bit with just 1 kid, you are getting a tiny vacation. Your parents are helping. They're trying to make memories with at least somebody. And I don't think it's about it. I just think the age of 3 fucking sucks. And if I didn't have any kids, but my brother had kids, and I showed up, and and the kids lined up, and
you're not picking the 3-year-old,
and I had a fun day planned.
Yeah,
and I could take the 9-year-old, the 6-year-old, and the 3-year-old. I would take the 9 and 6-year-old every time.
Yeah,
and I'd be like, I still love you, but fuck no.
Yeah.
You are going to ruin all of our days if you come.
It could be that simple. What's going on here?
Like, no, we're trying to have fun. You are a loose cannon.
And they had kids already. It's like, we don't want to do this again. We're going to take one that we can
You were terrible
have
back
a conversation with.
Yeah.
Like,
hear their funny things and laugh about them and hear about their memories and not just have fucking Cheerios thrown at us from the back seat.
because when it's a 9-year-old, it's your grandkid. When it's a 3-year-old, you're parenting again.
Yeah, you just got
Like
trapped.
Think about that. Like you're
Think about that.
I mean, so yeah, whoever to this person writing the email, when they take your 3-year-old, they're parenting your 3-year-old now. It's not their grandson anymore. This is a 3-year-old child that they have to parent.
Yeah.
As opposed to their 9-year-old granddaughter, right? Or
yeah. And I don't think
8.
Try not to take offense to it. I understand how you're feeling this way, but I think really look at it that you're getting stuck with the 3-year-old and being stuck with the 3-year-old sucks.
Yeah.
I think that's
that
what it
simple.
is. It's that simple. And when they get older and they're fun, I bet you their in-laws will take them to more places because right now they just will ruin the whole day.
Well, think about this. So when the little boy, he's 3, when he's 8 in 5 years, that puts the granddaughter at 13. She's going to be off doing other shit.
Or she can babysit.
She's going to be free. But she's going to be a teenager. So she's probably not going to be doing stuff with her grandparents. So the 8-year-old boy is going to be off with grandma and grandpa. I was pretty...
Who are going to be way more sore because it's many years later, right?
Yeah.
Won't have that energy.
If I had to pick between a 13-year-old, 3-year-old, fuck.
Yeah, there you go. Think about it like that.
I'm thinking about it right now. Both of them are hell.
They are both terrible.
Fuck me.
So that 8-year-old's a sweet spot.
That's what I'm saying. It's a fun stretch.
Yeah.
And then it's hell.
So we could be wrong, but if I was you, that's how I would think about it.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll
help.
It'll put you at ease thinking that that's what's going on.
No, I agree.
So I think that's how we're going to answer it.
I love it. All right, Zach, good news. Roll it.
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Hooray, we aren't doomed.
Yeah! What was that?
I don't know. I thought that was you.
It was. So you remember that movie came out, Tag?
Yeah.
And it was actually based out of some Spokane friends?
Yeah.
Which I'm not sure if you've seen it, but it's about these friends that had a lifelong game of tag, and they'd fly around and go everywhere just to fucking tag their friend. Mm-hmm. And I believe all of them, didn't they all grow up in Spokane?
I'm pretty sure they were just lifelong Spokaneans.
Spokaneites.
Spokaneites.
But this reminded me of that, and because it's just such a funny concept, and it feels good. But here's the headline. It says, "Our small outback town, my friends and I square off in a month-long game of tag." I mean, why not?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude.
Why not?
Have some fun.
So for a couple of years, a group of friends in my hometown of Long Reach have been playing an annual month-long game of tag. The rules are simple. You can't get the butcher back. No tag backs. Mm-hmm. Meaning you can't, we know. And you can't tag your spouse or partner. What a funny thing that would be. You're laying in bed, just fucking slapping each other. You're it.
Slapping ass.
I came. You're it. There's a group chat where tags are posted, sometimes with a video, so everyone knows who is it. The person who is it on the last day of the month at 11:59 p.m. loses the game. Other than that, the open slather, and sometimes things get a little out of hand. Some of the more epic tags include a player being tagged while waiting in emergency with a bad back. He was tagged lightly and took it in good humor. Imagine oh my God. Okay, sorry. My brain works. This is the way it goes. You do come over. You hear about my sister passing. You show up and you hand me some flowers, ask me how I'm doing. I'm like, okay, all right, I better get going. And you just fucking tag me and run to your car.
Run out.
I'm just standing there with flowers, knowing that I'm fucking it.
And you're not going to go out looking for someone to get.
And now I have to.
Yeah.
I'm crying, wandering the supermarket looking for someone to tag. Just fucking piece of shit.
Well, picture Ezra doing it Ezra's way too.
Oh, yeah.
We're like, oh, here's your thing. And then they slap you on the ass and say you're it, and then leave.
Yeah, they tag you, and then all you hear is it's sorry about your sister. Is they're just running away. Sorry about your sister. That sucks. As they fucking peel out of your driveway.
Love you.
Love you. Long time, fuck.
No tag backs.
A family whose electricity was turned off at the switch box so the tagger could sneak into the house under the cover of darkness.
Oh, that's great. What if you got shot, though?
I know. Well, must be clearly not in America.
Yeah, well, the way they spelled humor, you can tell.
Yeah. A prospective target running out of a restaurant mid-meal, never to return. And someone hiding in a friend's in-suite for hours until they returned home from work. Also, you'd get shot. So good chance. But anyway, I just thought that was a feel-good thing. Like, there's no rules. Like, imagine, like, walking around, you're picking up some fucking eggs, and you hear fucking, and then just and just bend down aisle 13. And you're just
Dude,
like,
the elaborate
fuck.
shit, you're like dressed up as a fucking wolf or something out in the woods, and you come creeping up as a wolf and tagging,
laying down in a ghillie suit next to a driveway. Like, that's just, but I mean, there's no reason to not have that kind of fun.
So
fucking do it.
Some of the guys that I befriended at KXOY, we've just been friends for years, and we used to do this thing where we'd be sitting somewhere. We'd be at, let's say it's a restaurant. We used to go to Sherry's all the time, and someone would say, when someone says a joke, and you're just like, oh fuck, you get up and you're like, you get up and you walk off like, oh fuck. But then you turn back around, you come sit back down, like, that was pretty good.
Oh, man.
But what we used to do is like, you get up and walk, and sometimes you get in your car and you'd be like, and then you come back. It got to the point to where we were at Sherry's one night, and we said something. One of the guys got up, and he's like, oh fuck. He gets up, walks out. We could see him walking through the parking lot, gets to his car, and gets in it and just drives home. And it was like no one was upset. We even picked up his bill because it was like he took the joke and finished the joke.
Oh my God.
He didn't be like, oh, I'm leaving, and then be like, just kidding. He got in his car mid-meal, like his meal wasn't even done, and he drove home.
Oh man!
And then we just
That's
texted
so
him,
funny.
like, we got your bill.
And he's like, I'll be right back.
And we're like, no, stay home.
He's
We
like,
got your bill.
I'm on my way.
I love that shit though.
That's
like,
so good.
And when just like taking it as far as it can go. Love it.
I haven't thought about this in fucking forever, and I'm glad that you said something. Like, I was at a friend of mine, like a really good friend at the time, was getting married, and I marriage, and then we went to the reception, and it was just me because I think Pepper was small, and I just went. Like, it just didn't work out. So I ended up going to the reception by myself, and I'm sitting at the table, and I think I only knew 3 people. And it was the groom and then a couple of his friends that were my friends too. And everyone else, I didn't know fucking who they were. But there were a couple different tables. So everyone at the table was like my own age, and we're laughing and stuff. And I forget what I said something before that was like kind of awkward. And I was done with my meal, but I also had to go. I was just like trying to find a way out. And I sat there and I was kind of looking around. And I took my napkin off my lap and I put it on my plate and I was like, well, fuck you guys. And then just pushed my chair out and shoved it in and walked out of the room. But like, luckily, I heard them all laughing so hard.
And you didn't know these people, right?
No, I knew maybe 4 of them.
Yeah.
And I said, fuck you guys. And like, it had nothing to do with anything. And just threw my napkin on my plate and pushed my chair in, and they didn't smile and just walked out. And they were all laughing. Like, the people that knew me texted me, and I haven't seen some of them since. So I literally just stood up and said, fuck you guys, and then just left. I haven't seen them since.
They're still telling that story.
I don't know what it was.
Who was that guy that just told us to fuck
and
off?
I wish I could remember. I said something that set up the perfect moment to be like, well, fuck you guys. Like, whatever it was that I said, I can't remember. But I remember that and just stood up, and the chair did the thing.
Yeah.
And then just didn't smile and pushed my chair in and left.
That's amazing.
And those people have never seen me again. They can only see me now.
Yeah.
Only see me now. Talking about fucking birdhouses, they'd be shocked.
I love that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Where you're just like, because it leaves people with a story, or they're just like, who the fuck? Like, imagine just showing up to somewhere where you don't know anybody. You sit down, you eat a meal, and then you leave them with something, and they're like, anybody know that guy?
Who the fuck was that?
And like, no. And like, who was he? They're gonna be at like it's a party years down the road. Remember that guy that sat at the table?
How fucking weird was that?
I mean, that's what you gave them that gift.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at our fun object that we found online.
Okay,
let's roll it. Zachy.
The internet is pretty wild. Depending on your browsing habits, you can either experience something super cool or go to prison. Crazy, right? Let's check it out together as a couple. Hey, look what I found.
Yes, that's awesome.
Okay, so aside from what this gift is, this is, I think, one of the things I love most about Amazon is the title of the of the product.
Always a favorite.
Okay, so with this is a shark survival kit. So this is right up my alley. We're number 1 in the number 2 business. It's called the shark survival kit for when it hits the fan. And then the title of the product is Funny Shark Survival Kit by Witty Yeti. Ultimate poop prank gag gift set contains wet wipes, disposable underwear, tissues, and a hilarious badge. Novelty fart potty pack, great for friends or family. That's the title of the product.
Can you imagine that on a book?
Like they don't even, it's not even like a
volume 2.
Yeah, it's not even a thing. It's just like we're gonna write the synopsis in the title.
I mean, obviously funny.
Yeah.
I mean, who hasn't? We've talked about people have written in about how they travel with extra pairs of like pants and a backpack with underwear and stuff because this just kind of happens to them a bunch. But with you and your stinky penguin.
Yep. I mean, imagine like if I had this in my suitcase, how much better off I would have been.
And just how much more comfortable.
Yeah.
Like knowing that you had a shark survival kit.
Look at the look at the cover. This guy's like, oh fuck, and the woman's like, oh my god, are you okay?
Did you shart your pants again?
He's like, ooh.
He's like, did I?
Did I ever? Do not flush wet wipes. It says.
Yeah. No, I just put them right back in your shark survival kit. I was looking at the 1-star reviews on this, and this shit fucking kills me.
Yeah.
Who's buying this looking for
complaining about
looking for a deal? Right? So every single 1-star review is about it's being too expensive. Like this is like Adam Cole. It says $48 for a very tiny object. The picture makes it look like it's the size of a first aid kit. We'll find this in Spencer's soon for $9.99. What?
And still will buy it.
It's like, do you not understand? Okay, this is Amazon customer 1-star review. Shart. Thought this would be a fun gag gift. Expensive as it was, it's really small. Not worth the price. It's a fucking shark.
It's the idea of what it is.
Yes. He's like, oh my God, fucking $48. The underwear were tiny. It's like, yeah, because don't fucking actually use it. Like,
it's supposed to be a gag gift when you open in a group of people and everyone laughs.
Like you're packing a suitcase and you're trying to squish it together and you're like, I can't leave behind my fucking shark case, my emergency shark bag. It's like, no, just put other underwear and some wipes in there. Obviously, it's a fucking joke. Then don't buy it. Joe Capali says, way too expensive for product. What the fuck are you guys doing here? And then D writes, I love toilet humor as much as the next guy. Didn't write that. And I would definitely buy this if it didn't cost $50. There's nothing in this kit that would cost a great deal of money to manufacture. So with that being said, I am extremely confident if they sold this item for $10, they'd still make a profit, and they would sell thousands or more kits and make a great deal of money. I already said that. Kind of short-sighted by the seller, in my opinion. Drop the price, and you'll see lots more of these.
Dude, you're paying for that 10.
So here's what's also funny about that is people assuming they know how the business is doing.
And also
you probably sell a lot more of these. Maybe they've sold fucking 20 million. You don't know.
Also, yeah, you think they fucking care?
Yeah.
Like this guy's in the shark business? They fucking emergency shark kit biz? No.
Having a custom tin made is quite expensive.
Sure.
Especially if you don't get a fuckload of them.
Mm-hmm. But also just don't fucking buy it. Bought it, showed up, sucked, tiny.
Yeah.
It's like you also spent $50 on a shark emergency kit.
Yeah.
You can make your own too, you know that, right? Like just grab some underwear and some wipes and then put them in a thing and put shark emergency kit on it. Because your friends shark their pants once.
Yeah. There's
just
that
fuck off.
There's a company that does those fake boxes.
Yeah,
and it's like that. You're buying the box. Mm-hmm. You're not buying. There's no gift inside. Mm-hmm. It's a parody. It's a spoof. That's what this is. Relax.
One that always sticks in my head about those fake boxes are the Or the tying into the petty beef that we just talked about was the toddler leg handcuffs. You see those? Where they're weighted sandbags that you can put on your kid. You fill them with sand so they can't move. Of course it's not real. Fucking calm down. All right, let's hear from some of our kids. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's roll it!
All right, let's hear what you guys think.
Really? You want to talk to me? Wow, that's cool.
Wow. So this first email is coming in from our perv son, Darren, who writes, "Hey, stepdaddies and Uncle Zach!" So story time. When I was about 9 years old, my mom got remarried to an old boyfriend she had. I don't know why I'm reading it like that. When she was in high school, and he recently moved back from Colorado to live with his family. Well, he moved in with us and brought his big-ass, massive VHS collection, most of which was tape overs.
Oh, yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Kidding me? You don't have the money for that? Well, one day during summer break, I stayed up late to watch some movies, and while searching through his collection, I found a blank with a sticker on it and a name in cursive, on which I thought it said South Park. Nope. It said South Pork. I sat through an entire porno thinking an episode or two of South Park was coming next. I wasn't new to pornography because my cousin had a Playboy collection. Oh, best kind of cousins. We would sit in his treehouse and look at it like prepubescent pervs. But that was my first experience with video porn. Anyway, thanks for the laughs.
Actual penetration.
Oh, what a time. I was like, this can't be real. And can I get a sexy honk? You can say no. Do you remember, memory from the first porn? I have a whole story about my first video porn experience, but I'm not going to share it right now because it's too good. But do you remember that first one?
Yeah, I think so.
I mean, mine, the first scene that will be burned in my brain forever. I mean, fucking 80s Bush. And it was like a newscaster situation. And the guy and girl were fucking on the newscaster desk. And again, I don't even know how they framed the bush up. Like her bush was so big, it looked like he had chest hair. Like he was a gardener. Like he was trimming if he needed hedges. Like it was fucking massive. And he had Banaka. Remember the
yeah.
And he went and sprayed his mouth and then sprayed hers and then sprayed her pussy and then ate it. And I had so many
minty fresh.
I had so many questions about it, man. Like my brother, we're watching this porn together, and I asked about like why he came on her stomach, and he said that was so it would make it so her skin could stretch when she got pregnant. And he was dead serious. Just
How old were you guys at this time?
Pretty young, 9, 8. So he was in his teens, but he dead seriously told me that you come on her stomach so it makes sure her skin can stretch when she's pregnant.
Yeah, it's a stretch marks.
Not about getting pregnant. It was like a fucking lubricant for stretch marks. Like it was cocoa butter. And he was dead face. He thought that was what was happening. And I was like, that makes sense.
He's like,
my brother can't be wrong.
What do you want on my stomach so I don't get stretch marks?
So I get stretch marks when I fucking have a baby. And he's like, he comes on it like Banaka.
Yeah. That's some forethought. You're like, I'm gonna have a baby in like 10 years. I want this shit to be tight.
Dude, come all over this. But he said it with such a straight face. And it's my brother.
Yeah,
my older brother.
He knows
fucking knows everything.
Yeah.
He knows the world. He's got it all figured out. And I was like, okay. He probably went around and told other people that.
Yeah.
Cool. Idiot. That's why I don't trust him anymore. So what was your scene?
The first one that I remember, I was over at a friend's house, and I think the movie was Curse of the Catwoman. And it was, this dude was having like flashes, and she'd kind of turn into a cat.
Ooh.
And then,
spooky.
Yeah, there was a few different scenes. But it was that weird like late 80s, early 90s where like they would just be in a bar and they're like, it was like a dance club and they just start fucking on the couch and then everyone's like standing around watching. So they'd be going at it and then they would just cut to people like just watching them.
Get it, Earl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she
like there had to be a plot till they realized no one's here for that.
Yeah.
No.
And then all of a sudden these like 10 dudes carry this chick out and set her down, and then she's naked, and they're all just standing around a circle, just jerking off. And then she's taking her clothes off, and they're all just jizzing all over her, and then they carry her back out.
It's fun.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. Right out the gate with a bukkake?
Yeah.
Jesus. Man, I feel good
That was one of the
about
first ones.
Harry Bush and bukkake. Or bukkake with I can't even think of the name of the fucking spray anymore. Banaka. After saying
sounds like bukkake.
Yeah, after saying bukkake, I was like, what? Okay, Zach, what was yours?
Yeah.
When I was like 17 or 16 and a half, something like that, I would sneak into this sex shop that sold videotapes. And I had to work up my confidence, and I was like, grow out my little prepubescent beard.
Grab my little prepubescent penis.
Yeah.
No, your stick-on beard.
Dude, I remember just trying to like trick the guy that worked there, and he didn't give a fuck. He was like, I'm happy to sell you this little prick. And it was like $80, and I had never seen like boobs really, so I was like, it's worth it.
God.
And and the scene was actually Ron Jeremy dressed as like a monster with a bunch of people dressed in these stupid masks.
Make porn fun again.
And he was funny in it. Like he'd just be having sex, and then he'd turn to the camera and like smile with a stupid mask on and wave. And it was like,
yeah.
Good old
Laying
days.
so much pipe right now.
Great.
Dude, the heydays of porn.
It was dirty.
Real quick, this isn't porn, but when was that? How old were you when you first saw someone naked, like a real live pair of boobs, not on TV, but like in real life? Was it in a sexual, or was it just like you just saw some boobs, or what?
I mean, your mom's doesn't count.
Yeah, let's not count family members.
I think I saw some boobs at a concert.
My first.
At a Bush concert, actually.
I think I. Nice. Oh, yeah. I think I squeezed boobs before I saw boobs. Yeah. I think. I don't no idea. Oh, man. I wish I had a fucking tally running of boobs I've seen out in the wild. But I don't remember the first time. I'm sure it was some fucking party, maybe.
I think my first one was, I think I was 17 or 18. And it wasn't, we were out at the sand dunes in Moses Lake, and there were just, that was a big party area. Like, people just come from all over the state and just booze.
Did it have a good view of the fountain?
And, no, it's on the other end.
It's a total waste of time.
Yeah. But there were these girls that were there, and for whatever reason, the people we were with we were in high school, I think, we had beads. And they pull out the bees and bees.
I was like, what kind of farm are we on?
But there was these girls that were like, I don't know, they were probably 17 or 18. I think I was 17 or 18. And they just lift up their boot and like were showing boobs. And I remember being like, those are real boobs. Those are not like some old lady.
Those are live action.
It was like, those are nice, perky, real boobs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just remember that feeling, whoa, I cannot believe this is happening. But it wasn't in a sexual thing. It was like I wasn't, we're just looking at it like a,
work of art.
Yeah.
Goddamn, was it a work of art?
Oh, it was. Yeah.
What a moment.
And then you have people that are like, oh yeah, first time I had sex was like 14 or 15. I'm like, I can't even imagine.
Driving ditch looking boob.
Yeah. I can't even imagine I was still.
You were still fucking collecting comic books, and I was fucking titty fucking chicks.
Yeah, I haven't collect. I was jizzing on Playboys.
That wasn't the focus of the joke.
Yeah,
you're like, no, there's no way I was doing that. I didn't do that till I was 36.
No, I didn't collect comics, so that's wrong. My first thing, it was like, I remember like my mom having like a Cosmo magazine. You'd flip to the back and it'd have like a sex toy. And like when I was 13, that was good enough. But then it was like Monday Night Raw, like the Raw magazine with Sable and Sunny. That's where the real
shit got good.
Yeah, and they weren't even naked, but didn't matter then. I was 14.
Nothing matters at that
and so
point.
14, I'm just happy to see someone in a bikini while there's people out there laying pipe.
I'm just happy to be here.
I remember the Sears catalog days.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, Brian, you want to read this next one?
Sure.
Then we'll head after we wrap this up. We'll head off to the bonus shit.
All right. Second email's coming from our sleep talking son, Michael. He writes, I talk in my sleep a lot, to the point my wife takes notes.
That's so good.
On some of the funnier ones, so I'll share with you boys.
Oh, I can't wait.
Thing on thing on thing. Thing on thing on thing.
And how she's so awake.
Yeah.
To be like,
she's reading her book.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
She's got the 90s on.
She's like, listen, I'm fine. You say whatever you want. Just quit shoving my fucking book light up your asshole.
Okay, I don't feel safe. And then a shit ton of gibberish. Jason, the pelts don't do. She doesn't like it. What is the chance to fall on face? Because Judy is fallen face.
Noted.
Serving. Is it serving or surviving?
I don't know.
Serving us off the road there. I thought you were getting undressed, and I was wondering what you were going to wear, but then I realized it was your face.
Easy fucking Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Unorganized robot with no goal. Yelled that one.
The fucking science fair.
I can see
a bunch of fucking nerds.
You dweebs.
Fucking nerds don't even know how to organize a robot.
I can see lasers. Right, but I can't. Right, you're just jealous because I can see your imaginary lines. ...
God, dude, sleep talking's so good.
Is that the password for the waterfall? I don't know. Maybe. Rolls over and gets up. I'm going to the bathroom. No more time trials.
I've had enough.
Why do you look like a standing box?
Oh my
feeding
God.
Fish behind a blanket. blanket. Feel free to share on the show your card loving son, Michael Brzezowski, the Scat Card King.
Scat Card King. Scat cards.
What's up, Scat Card King?
Cards.
Fuck me, dude. I'm sorry if I've shared this. I obviously feel like I say that a lot, but this is like a really great story in my childhood. I'm going to rip through it here, but I was at a birthday party and it was my really good friend's birthday and it was a slumber party and a lot of people had fallen asleep and then there's a few of us staying up. We were playing NBA Jam on the Super Nintendo.
He's on fire.
Baseline Wiener.
Heating up.
Yeah, it sounds like Spank My Wiener, but it's Baseline Wiener. Spank My Wiener. Yeah. And so we were playing that and our friend whose birthday it was, we're standing there and we're fucking playing, and then he just gets up off the couch behind us and then just walks right through our fucking controllers, right? And he just fucking like just rips like.
And they recorded at that time, right?
Yeah.
So he's getting
and
tangled up.
We're like, what the fuck? Like drop him, and he just like walks through him like nothing happened, and we're just looking at him. And he walks from the living room and he walks into the kitchen, and he opens the refrigerator and he just gets out a jar of pickles. And then he opens the jar of pickles, puts it on the floor, closes the refrigerator, and then walks back to bed.
Just left it on the floor?
Just took it out, opened it, put it on the floor, and then closed the refrigerator and turned around and walked right back to bed.
That's for them, bastard.
Yeah, no more time trials. We all just watched it happen. And we're just like, what the fuck? And he's got back in bed and we're laughing, but because we want to wake his parents up.
Yeah.
And then fucking Baseline Leader. And he's like, went back to our game and just moved on. But I will never forget him just taking pickles out of the fucking fridge.
Yeah.
And nothing. And I found out later he kind of does that sometimes.
That's like that scene in Step Brothers when they do that. And then the next morning, the pillows in the
what did he take
oven?
out of the refrigerator in that movie? Because that's what kind of refreshed that. There's like putting like pillows in the fucking fridge or whatever it was.
In the oven.
Yeah.
And then they're like throwing powder. I forget what they were doing. But
I had a real life friend
Nutella.
that did that. He just would take shit out of the fridge and put it on the floor and go back to bed.
So funny.
Good for him.
I never slept walked.
Sleepwalked.
Slept weeked.
Slept week? No, I don't think I'd have, but I guess I wouldn't know. Fucking know what I mean?
My wife waking up in a terror that alien spiders are trying to get through the ceiling is enough.
Yeah, you're like, no, just go to the refrigerator. And
she's like, no, they ripped the ceiling off and they're coming through the roof to get us.
And you're like, yep.
She's convinced.
Here, just take my fucking book light and put it up your ass. Go back to bed, honey. Love you. See you in the morning.
Good show.
Good show. All right, that's it for episode 101. Thank you guys for being here.
We love you, Zach.
Supporting us.
We love you, Zach.
We love you, Zach.
Zach and I, we love you.
Zach, I fucking love you.
I love you.
But we do love Scatcast. Hey-o! Scatcast.com. That is scat with a K. Go check out everything Uncle Comedy Zach's doing over there. Tons of shows, tons of fun, tons of community shit, dude. Fuck, what a tight-knit thing you got there, Gun.
There are awesome people in our community.
The show will keep going if you support us on Patreon. A lot of new people signed up over the last couple of weeks. Patreon.com/CanYouDon'tPodcast. Follow us on our socials. Of course, the YouTube version, go find that. And something you want to see on the show, the email address for that is heyguys@CanYouDon'tPodcast. .com. All right, Fritz, wrap it up. Zach!
Good God. Wrap it up already, huh?
Do it. You want me? Is this mine?
I got it. I told my wife that she should embrace her mistakes. So she gave me a hug.
Oh, jeez.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Get it? Because you're the worst thing that happened to her?
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
And how much different and better her life would be if you didn't come along? That's so funny.
Yeah!
What? Just remember, you are somebody's worst mistake.
Yeah.
And that's cool.
Well, I always...
And you know her name even. You know her name. You know her name even.
Yeah.
I just picture, because it's like a lot of times it's just like the guy proposes to a woman just because like, I guess we'll just get married then.
I'm so sick of fucking these birdhouses.
And then you see, like, I see people posting online about like wives complaining about their husbands, and like, you realize like he just married you to make you happy, and now you're complaining like that you hate your husband. Like, he didn't have to get.
Relationships are a fucking nightmare.
It's weird. Yeah. I just had this conversation with my wife the other day. I forget what we were talking about, but I was like, the way that I said it, and I'm glad that she agrees with me, but I was like, they were talking about like the perfect person for you. I'm like, I know you probably don't want to hear this. No wife wants to hear this, but like, there's no perfect person for everyone out there. There's 8 billion people in the world.
There's someone better than me.
That's what I told her. I was like, there's a dude out there that's way better for you than I am. And I'm completely okay with that.
Yeah.
But we found each other. We decided to stick it out. And that's it. That's why things aren't always great, because you just have the best person for you at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's what it was. It was because I was saying, like, a lot of times second marriages are the best marriages for people, because when you originally get married, some people are really young, they're in their early 20s, they don't even know who they are yet. You're a different person in
25 to 35 is fucking insane.
So then you find that you both find like a better version of what you wanted originally.
Or know what you want.
Yeah.
You know what to look out for. What ruined it before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that was the basic premise of it. Like,
I'm sure that went great.
No, she was like, she's like, I agree. You know, like, it's just,
I agree. You are terrible.
Yeah.
And you're like, thank you. Now I'm going to go back and watch the Mariners game. Can you stop vacuuming?
Well, what's funny is that with the way I said that, I was almost waiting for her to think like, so do you think there's someone way better for me out there? But she didn't say it, so I didn't have to answer that.
She thought it.
She didn't ask.
She was like, I'm just over this conversation.
Yeah.
She goes,
Well, that tends
she goes, I'm not going to fucking say this right now.
That tends to happen with a conversation with her. I just keep going, and she's like, she's not even part of the conversation anymore. It's just me still going.
And the crazy thing about that is she's like, God damn it. Like, she has so many things she wants to say, but she's like, I'm not going to keep doing this.
Like,
and you're like, and that's the second time I reinvented the wheel. She's like, I guess fucking go to bed.
But yeah.
All right.
That's funny.
All right, let's move off into bonus stuff. Got a lot of questions to get to, a lot of fun articles, stuff like that. All right. Fuck yeah.
Bye.